What's up, world? It's the King Omar Sharif. Welcome back to another Toxic Tuesday, where we turn our bad into good situations. Toxic Tuesdays are all about you, your mind, your body, your soul. I believe if we can control those three things, we'll be able to find happiness. Tonight on Toxic Tuesday, we're going to be talking about foreseeing consequences. Foreseeing consequences. A lot of us don't think about our actions before they take place, right? I think that would save us a lot of stress. So, a lot of us have bad tempers. I'm one of them, right? But I'm trying to work on it, you know what I mean? That's mind control, right? How you react to things, the perception of things, how you feel about things, how people make you feel about things. So that can avoid so much just by saying, hold on, before I respond, before I react, let me just think about what can take place. And I know that's hard to do oftentimes because we come from places where we don't like to take nothing from no one, right? You're protecting yourself, you're protecting your pride. You may be doing it because there's pressure from others around you, you know what I mean? But whatever the reason is, we react, and oftentimes we regret those actions. So think about a time where you really regretted whether you hurt somebody physically, verbally, emotionally. It could be a stranger, it could be a loved one, it could be your child, it could be your lady, it could be your man, it could be your parents, anybody you can think of. Think about that moment for 1 second. Oftentimes, once we calm down and those tempers don't flare up anymore, that's when we're able to say, you know what, yo, I'm wild and I really didn't mean to hurt that person. I feel so bad about it, right? So, those are moments where we don't think about the consequences. Now, the definition of consequence, just to talk about it really quickly, a result or effect of an action or condition. A result or effect of an action or condition, that's a consequence, right? So that's you reacting to something, and whatever takes place after that is the result, right? So oftentimes, for many people, those results can be something that end up getting somebody hurt. Somebody leaving Earth. Maybe you commit a homicide. Maybe you commit a murder. Maybe the things that you said to somebody were so hurtful that they can never recover from it, and your relationship from that moment on has changed. The trust has changed. You know what I mean? Everything isn't about physical harm, but the mental and emotional harm that you can cause, I'm not going to say is just as devastating because everybody deserves life, right? A long one. That's what the Creator made us for. But not everybody has that opportunity. So, I just want you to think about how you hurt people. The words that you choose, the physical abuse that you choose to do. And that moment where we've crossed the line and gone too far. Okay? So, a lot of this, I can say, because we just recently had some incidents in this holiday season. Happy holidays, everybody. I hope your Thanksgiving was beautiful, by the way. But during these holiday times, we've had some incidences like Walmart, where an employee there, I guess he was getting messed with by some peers there, and I guess it was all bottled up and he couldn't take it anymore. So his thought was to go to work, do some harm to them. Took them out of here, killed them. You know what I mean? Then killed himself. That was one Walmart. Then at another Walmart on Black Friday, which is one reason why I don't even like shopping on Black Friday anymore, because people would be really ready to do a deal with the devil just to get a deal at Walmart or something like that, right? But it was a situation where a couple of customers got into it. Next thing you know, guns are blazing. That's going too far. Come on, man. None of that is really worth it, right? So, we all know the problem that we have here in this country with school shootings. It's all the same type of things, right? Now, not always, I guess, somebody feeling like, they can't take the jokes anymore, or they're being bullied and they don't know how to respond or react, you know what I mean? But we have an issue here in this country where school shootings are ridiculous. And the age, there's no age limit. We're talking about from pre-K to college. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's still somebody's child. That's still somebody's son or daughter. You know what I mean? Just in University of Virginia, they had a bad one. So, and before that, with the young ones, like all this stuff is tear jerking. You know what I mean? It'll make you cry. It'll make you think about your child. So, all of that really stems from either somebody's just absolutely crazy, or it's a lot of stuff built up inside of them, and it just comes out when it does. Right? So, I don't think that we realize that we are toxic individuals. I don't believe that we realize how we treat our loved ones when we are lashing out, when we are physically putting harm to them. I don't think we realize the harm that we do to our children by making those decisions. A child is innocent, you know what I mean? They know what's around them, they know their surroundings, they know what their household is like, they know what it's like outside the house once they get to a certain age. And I think how we go about teaching, disciplining our children, it has to change, A lot of us, our first reactions are to put hands or a belt on our children. And that isn't, in my opinion, we all have our different ways of going about things. But in my opinion, I think the best lesson learned for them would be to take something away that they love, whether it be their game, their phone, going outside, playing sports, whatever they're passionate about. I think that's where you kind of have the strongest chance of your message and your lesson being heard. Right? With your spouse, or with your girl, or your man, or somebody that you really love and you plan on putting time in with together. Try listening. Try being open to the suggestions that they have, because it's coming from somewhere. Me, myself, I was in a relationship where the suggestion for counseling came up for both of us. You know what I mean? Relationship counseling. And when I heard it, I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't need that. I don't think we need that. But in all actuality, once things got worse, and then we started going like this, then I was like, man, I wish I really did listen and go to counseling. Now I'm suggesting going to counseling to other people, by themselves and with their loved ones. So go with your whole family. You know what I mean? If, depending upon the situation. So I know that's something that we kind of frown upon, because automatically the thought process is that something is wrong with me. Something is wrong with us. And nobody's perfect, right? Oftentimes something is wrong, but we don't want to be brave enough to say, you know what, let me overcome this, let me get help. And I think that's where a huge problem lies. So I want to talk about how not only when we're toxic to ourselves and we don't get help, we don't think about the other people that we're letting down. Yeah, you're gonna let yourself down because you're the one that has to live with that. You have to live with that consequence from whatever you just did, right? Sometimes it's a homicide, as I mentioned. Sometimes it's really just hurting somebody on the inside. And then the dynamic, whether you're locked up, whether you're in the cemetery, whether you put somebody else in the cemetery, whether both of you were locked up, you lost. No matter how many street fights you can win, no matter how many high fives or credibility people want to give you that think on the same level as you, like if they look at that like it's a badge of honor or something like that, you're letting people down. Let's say you got children, you're letting your children down. You can't support, you can't be there, you can't make memories for them. That'll be your consequence if it goes too far. Think about that person that you love and you made children with. That person. Or let's say you don't have kids. Let's just say, yo, this is my girl, this is my man. We've been together hard, like we best friends. Think about how you can hurt that person. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Think about the people that raised you, the people that saw you come up, the people that used to hold you in their arms. Your parents, your grandparents, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins. Other people that look up to you. I know you all heard of saying, man, I would have never thought he would have did that, she would have did that. Never seen that coming. Wow, you're just surprised and shocked. Think about the people that believe in you, the people that see something in you. Oftentimes our loved ones see things in us that we're blind to. We don't see those things. We don't see those gems. So just think about the people and you in particular that you're gonna let down. Imagine waking up the next day and be sitting behind bars for however long. For me, one day is too long. Talk about years and years, and talk about life. Couldn't imagine going in young and coming out old, or going in as an adult and coming out as an old man or an old woman. For what? Think about the consequence. Stop yourself. Calm down. Walk away. Like Antonio Brown, just walk away. Say bye. It's all right. It's much better to be free here and also be free here. Being able to do what you want to do. You can't do nothing in the dirt. You can't do nothing behind the wall. This is where your purpose is. This is where your fulfillment is. This is where your happiness is. So protect it. Don't get caught in moments where it can be snatched away. It's not worth it. Alright, so let me see here. That's really what I wanted to talk about as far as thinking about your consequence with all the decisions that you make. You see here, I still have some lemon and cranberry. So tonight, I'm gonna do some homemade cranberry lemonade, right? And we're gonna use spring water. Of course, we got 4 lemons here. I got a cup of cranberries already rinsed off. And the only sweetener that I believe in, them bees, right there is the honey. So let's get this started really quickly. Now y'all know that's very bitter, so this is when the honey coming in. Honey comes. I take the top off because I use. Look at that, y'all. Oh, yes, that's the real liquid gold. Y'all out there eating that fake box mac and cheese. This the real liquid gold, y'all. See that? Delicious. I can put these in bottles and sell them, y'all. That's how good it is. You know how even much better it is? It's all fresh, all natural. We did it again. This is homemade cranberry lemonade. We talked about foreseeing consequences, the effects of your decisions and your actions, how they not only affect you, but they affect your loved ones around you. Let's think about what we're doing before we do them. Let's take our tempers, let's take all these bad, negative things and push them things to the side, y'all. Let's really be actively working on getting better. Inside, out. Mind, body, and soul control. Thank you again for tuning in to another Toxic Tuesday. Happy holidays. Can't wait to talk to y'all again next week.